honest to a fault, yes.
So you would assume he would tell the truth on the stand here?
Objection, leading.
Sustained. Strike from the record.
Can you tell the court who your son's father is?
That man, Sonny Corinthos.
So when you told the court that Mr. Corinthos knocked you up, Dante Falconeri was the result?
That is correct.
Isn't it unusual that an undercover officer would be assigned to investigate his own father?
Objection, Your Honor. As the prosecution has already established, while leading Detective Falconeri through his own testimony, the defendant and the detective did not know they were related at the time.
Until Detective Falconeri wound up shot and bleeding on the
Objection, Your Honor.
Strike from the record. Ms. Walsh, I do not find your courtroom gymnastics entertaining. Ask straightforward questions on matters relevant to the case, or I will dismiss the witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Falconeri, do you know why your son and the defendant did not know they were related?
Because I chose not to tell them.
And why would a loving mother not tell her own son about his father?
Your Honor, do I really have to answer that question? I was 15 years old, and I was stupid. That's like asking me why I wore scrunchies and acid-wash jeans. It just felt like the thing to do at the time.
I agree with Ms. Falconeri. Last chance, Ms. Walsh. Ask something useful or dismiss the witness.
Ms. Falconeri, do you know where Michael Corinthos III was on the night Claudia Zaccara Corinthos was murdered?
I was with Mr. Corinthos at his house that night. Sonny was beside himself with worry because Claudia had kidnapped Carly and she'd gone into labor. Jax arrived later that night looking for Michael.
So Michael left his house on Harborview Road where he resided with his mother and Jasper Jax.
That's why Jax was looking for him, yes.
And what happened after Mr. Jax arrived?
Sonny received a call from Samantha McCall. She said that Carly had given birth, that Carly and the baby were okay, and Sonny left shortly after that.
And where did he go?
I didn't ask. He didn't tell.
Can you describe the defendant's demeanor after he received the phone call?
He seemed relieved that Carly and the baby were okay.
He didn't seem angry or upset.
Objection, calls for speculation.
Sustained.
After Sonny left his residence, there was still no sign of Michael?
No.
Wasn't anyone worried about him?
Well, I think everyone's primary concern was for Carly and the baby. I don't think Michael was the main focus.
And why do you say that?
Well, Michael was upset about a fight that took place early in the evening between Sonny and Jax.
And what had they fought about?
Sonny came over to the Jax household to pick up Michael and Morgan. Jax wanted the boys to stay with him.
And was this upsetting for Michael? Could this have been the reason why he was incited to climb in the car?
Objection, Your Honor. Once again, the prosecution is testifying for her own witness.
Sustained, Ms. Walsh. I sent you preparing for another tumbling run. I suggest you reconsider.
Miss Falconeri, after Mr. Corinthos left his home after receiving the phone call, presumably to be notified that Carly and her child were safe, no one knew where Michael was? Is that correct?
As far as I know, yes.
Thank you, Miss Falconeri. No further questions.
Would it be safe to say that Michael's behavior has been erratic ever since he emerged from his coma a year ago?
Yes.
Have you ever known Michael to disappear before?
Yes.
Can you elaborate?
Well, he disappeared to Mexico last summer, and on more than one occasion, I know that he's left his mother's house to go over to his father's house without permission. Michael's a good kid, but he's very willful. He doesn't like to be told what to do.
Okay, so let's clarify. There have been other occasions where Michael has disappeared before the night that Claudia was killed.
Absolutely.
There have been other incidences where no one knew where Michael was for hours, sometimes days at a time.
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions. I reserve the right to recall this witness.
You may step down, Miss Falconeri. Court will take a 15-minute recess.
You gonna eat it? Knock me up to 15, that's the best you can do?
What can I say? It's the truth.
Yeah, it's the truth. Of course it's the truth. You were something else in there.
You think? Bensonhurst girl. Everybody backs me into a corner.
You know what? I know I've been hard on you, and I'm still angry that you didn't tell me about Dante, but I do appreciate what you did in there.
You never changed, son. You probably think that was an apology.
No, I'm serious. You could have buried me. You know, you could have let Claire trap you and hurt my son, Michael, and let it sound like he witnessed Claudia's death.
Look, I told the truth in there. Just like I said I was gonna do. Now, if that helps Michael, that's great by me.